Welcome back to the channel. I just spit. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am Matt. Now, as I told you guys in our last video, Vanessa couldn't be in a video today, working, sickness, blah, 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 blah. If you want to know any more about it, you can watch the last video. But in the comments of that video, I got quite a few people that said they did want to see some videos where I was talking about YouTube and building a YouTube channel, possibly some gear, stuff like that. So if you are interested in how to grow on YouTube, then watch this video. If you don't care about that stuff and you have no desire, then this isn't for you. But if you're interested in like geeking out and talking about algorithm stuff and learning about it a little bit, maybe watch this as well. Now, I am definitely not an expert in the subject. I don't know if there really is an expert in this subject. I know there are some self-proclaimed experts, but I don't know if I would call them experts per se. My other channel has been around for about 3 years. It has close to 140,000 subscribers on it. This channel has been around since the summer, and we have, 18,500 subscribers. So that's pretty good for a newer channel. A lot of that growth has come in the last month, and we'll talk about that and how that happens and why it happens a little bit later in this video. Now, there are a lot of people on YouTube and in blogs and whatever that make videos or write articles about how to grow on YouTube or 5 steps to YouTube fame and blah, 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 blah. The bottom line is that no one completely understands YouTube. No one completely understands the algorithm. It's changing all the time. The algorithm has basically become this big beast, and they use what's called, deep learning, so that it's changing on its own, right? It's a big monster that's constantly changing, but we do know what some of the main things that algorithm looks for, and what are some ways to trick the algorithm, what are some ways to get the algorithm on your side and use it to your benefit. But you could also do every single tip in the book to get that, and nothing could happen, because a lot of it does still depend on you and the quality of the content. So I'm going to start off with some basics on what is important. And number one really is consistency is key, even more so now than it used to be. YouTube has such a fast turnover now. And if you look at a lot of the really, really popular channels on YouTube, they upload almost daily. You got daily vloggers, you got a lot of like the news type channels, BuzzFeed, things like that. There's a quick turnover. And the reason a lot of those channels do really well is because of that. YouTube is always wanting fresh content, and how fresh it is one of the things the algorithm does gauge. So really, the more you upload, the better, not just because you have more content out there that's searchable, but because content gets old fast now on YouTube. Consistency is just very, very important in a lot of things when it comes to being a YouTube channel. You got to be consistent with your message. You got to be consistent with your channel and how often you upload, la-di-da-di-da. I've been good at it at times, and I've been bad at it at times. But the bottom line is that if you are going to be an up and down type of YouTuber, you might upload a lot one month, not at all the next month. Odds are you're probably not going to go anywhere. Obviously, you got to make plans and goals. Like on this channel, we decided that we were going to upload 3 times a week. We've been pretty good at sticking to that. Obviously, there's times that we're not, but have those goals, and that'll make it easier for you to be consistent. Okay, another one. Niches help. Bottom line is that YouTube is about searchable content, and it wants to lump your content in with other content. Okay, so if you are a pen reviewer here, right? Using your content, the tags you use, your title, all that stuff, and the type of people that look at your content, it can then lump your content in with other channels' content, and it knows more so what to offer to the viewers that are into pens, if that makes sense. So it is harder for like a channel like this one that's kind of more of a variety, comedy, people, blogs type of channel, to sometimes make it. And so with a channel like ours, you have to rely more on like one-hit wonder videos in order to grow, as opposed to like a steady growth that you can get from a niche. My other channel is a niche, right? And so you can get steady growth that way, and the more videos you have up reviewing different products, the more searchable and the more findable you are. So if you are starting out, obviously a niche is gonna help you and it's going to help you get viewers faster. Once you do get those viewers, though, another really important thing, the most important thing to the YouTube algorithm is the watch time. They might start suggesting your content to people, but if people click off really fast, you know, they're going to quickly stop suggesting your content. And so watch time is king now in 2017. Bottom line is watch time is bigger than anything else. A channel that has a 20-minute video and somebody only watches 4 minutes of that 20-minute video, the video ranking of that video will still be higher than a 2-minute video where people watched 100% of it. It's not even about retention anymore as far as, you know, getting people to watch your whole video. It's about the total amount of watch time that they watch on your video. And then it's also about if the people watching your video click off of YouTube completely, or if they go on to another video from your video. And so there's so many things involved there. Also, session starts is a huge deal too. So having a strong social media is a big deal. Being able to get people that weren't on YouTube to come onto YouTube and start their YouTube session on your video is very, very important. And then if they keep going after your video onto other people's videos, that counts. That's all you, and that counts in your favor because you got someone on YouTube and you kept them on YouTube. Now, if you want to talk about channels that blow up, obviously we don't have a channel that's blown up, okay? But if you want to talk about that, most of the time that stems from one single video. Something happens in that algorithm where it just clicks and then bam, YouTube is suggesting that video to everyone, anyone and everyone. And you've seen channels, you know, we call them like YouTube darlings, basically. We had some last year, people like Rice Gum, David Dobrik, channels like that just went from smaller YouTubers to just bam, millions of subscribers in a year. I mean, that's everyone's dream, right? I would love that. But that's really how people blow up. It usually stems from one video. And then after that first video is blown up, it's easier for your second video to blow up because you're basically on the algorithm's radar and they're suggesting you more to people that watch that first video that blew up. And so it's very much so kind of a domino effect when it comes to YouTube. Now, one thing I haven't heard a lot of people talk about in depth, I'm sure some have, but I haven't seen it a lot, is patterns. And the way I like to look at it is like YouTube levels and leveling up on YouTube, right? If you look at people's social blade, people tend to have really close to the same amount of, if they're always, putting up 3 videos a week, right? They tend to have the same amount of views every day, very close, and close to the same amount of subscribers every day. You don't see a lot of channels where they have 10 subscribers one day and 800 the next day or something. You don't see it vary that much. You basically fall into these levels that YouTube has, and they know, okay, this person is basically doing their status quo right now, and so we're going to suggest them the status quo amount, which in turn will probably get them the same or close to the same amount of status quo subscribers. So the big battle with YouTube is to level up, right? And you can level down. On my other channel, I tend to level down a lot in the summertime. I get lazy. I upload videos less. I go from, 3 or 4 a week down to 1 or 2 a week sometimes. You slowly level down and then you're basically in a rut and then you got to work really hard to level back up. And what helps you level back up is to have a video do better than the norm. So to have that popular video. For example, say you're just uploading, and all your videos have been getting about 5,000 views, or on average, everything's kind of stayed around the same. It's averaged out. You need that one video that's just going to do way above the norm and drive that algorithm up, which can then in turn take you to the next level. It's a hard thing to do because you basically have, a baseline and you want to get up to that next, and you want to raise your baseline. That's what you're going for when it comes to YouTube. I mean, so many people say, and it's true to an extent, YouTube is just a total democracy type thing. It's just like a free thing where anyone can get famous and anyone can do this, anyone can do that. Yes, but there's also some luck involved and there's also YouTube involved. I've seen plenty of YouTubers that are amazing, that probably deserve millions of subscribers, but just something hasn't clicked yet in that algorithm. Something hasn't clicked yet to where they're getting served to more people. And so they have less subs than they should. And then you have other YouTubers that I would call overachieving YouTubers. They were kind of one-hit wonders. YouTube just promoted the crap out of them. And all of a sudden they have 1 million subs and they probably didn't deserve it. And a lot of times those channels do end up going kind of stagnant later on. And sometimes they even lose subscribers. So the trick is manipulating the algorithm to your benefit, right? If you have a hot video, for example, our Musical.ly video that we made about a month ago, it has over 800,000 views now. You want to, put out more videos like that. So, we have people on our channel that are like, God, Matt, don't make any more Musical.ly videos. Well, those tend to, when we make something like that, it tends to get served up to more people. So because we had that first one that did really well, the second, third, fourth, or whatever, it'll get on more people's home pages. YouTube knows, oh, this channel had a really big Musical.ly video that they made before, and a lot of people watched it. So this next one that they made on Musical.ly is going to be popular too. We didn't necessarily want to be the channel that had Musical.ly videos as our most popular videos because we like to do a lot of different things, but that's just kind of the way it falls. And so obviously you want to have other types of videos that get big too. But if you have one that performs way better than the rest, and then you want to maximize that and make more videos like that. Now, when you first upload a video, you got to look at it in a way like YouTube has a magnifying glass and that's watching that video very, very closely for the first 48 hours. They are examining it. They are seeing how it does, the watch time on it, the amount of views, the amount of the click-through rate, the amount of people, that see it on their page and that are clicking it, they look at that too. And so if you are a YouTuber, sometimes you'll notice like after 48 hours, your video might have a day where the views keep slowing down. And then if it sets off that algorithm because that video performed really well in the first 48, it'll jump back up and then it'll start, going back up again. And so the first 48, sometimes to 72 hours is crucial with the YouTube video. That means you want to be uploading at the right time, which we don't do a lot on this channel. We shouldn't be uploading videos late in the evening on this channel. It's stupid to do, but sometimes we can only do it then. You really want to look at your history of views and figure out when, the peak viewership is and put your video and upload your video like right before that peak viewership. Because you got to remember, yes, YouTube's looking at that whole 48 hours, but you have the best, but that video is going to get viewed the most in the first couple hours because it's going to be on people's subscription feeds. They're going to get notifications for it, all that good stuff. So if they're sleeping or whatever, you have a lot of people that watch your channel in Europe or something and they're all sleeping when you upload, you have less of a chance of those people seeing it when they wake up. And so that's why you see a lot of YouTubers put up videos, that are in the States. We'll put them up around 12, 1, 2 o'clock. So then they're there all day for viewers before everyone goes to sleep. So now the tough thing about the algorithm is that in a lot of ways, it does limit creativity. Okay. So you have YouTubers that might have a really great new idea, a great new fresh idea for a video that no one's done. But unless that video will go like viral, which is not done by any algorithm, that's just like everyone sharing it. That's a domino effect. People are sharing it on Facebook. Other people see it. They're crazy about it. And then all of a sudden that video that was original becomes a trend. Then that's great. But most of the time that doesn't happen. And so a lot of people will have a really creative video, but because it's a new topic and it's not really a searchable thing, it can go away really fast and people will never see it. YouTube's algorithm doesn't know how to match that video up with some other video. They don't know how to connect, they don't know who to serve. It doesn't know who to serve that to on the homepage under suggested videos, things like that. And so that's one downfall of the algorithm. And that's why you see so many copycatters on YouTube and where people will go after certain popular topics. That's why you see a lot of commentary channels and stuff that have gotten big where they talk about YouTube drama, or they talk about something else, you know, crazy or interesting that everyone's searching for, because that's how they grow. And I think that if YouTube could find a way to somehow fine tune their algorithm, I just don't know how you do it in order to, you know, help out the creative types, those creative, you know, those trend setters more, the people that start the trends. That would be a really cool thing. But right now, any type of trendsetter has to rely on viewers themselves to make that video get popular and go viral, because the algorithm's not really going to help them unless they can link that video to some other video somehow. So at the end of the day, if you want to grow on YouTube and you want to grow as fast as possible, honestly, you're best off with a niche type thing. Okay, whether you do reviews, whatever. If you do electronic reviews, try to, you know, have your finger on the pulse of electronics and what you think is popular, what you see a lot of people talking about in the forums and whatever, and try to be one of the first people out there to make a video on that. That's how a small YouTuber will grow when it comes to niche type, you know, things, whether they're electronics, vaping, knives, anything. Your channel will get popular if you make good videos on a trending product. If you are somebody like us with this channel and you're wanting to grow, like say you're a daily vlogger, say you're, you know, a comedy channel, a commentary channel, whatever, then you have to rely more on hot topics, possibly hot trends, YouTube challenges, things like that. Clickbait. I mean, in my mind, you have two types of clickbait, and one is okay. You have the type that is like it sensationalizes what's going on, like it might be more exciting than it even ended up being in the video, or it might talk about the most exciting part of your video, but at least that title and that thumbnail did have something to do with your video. And then you get the really shitty clickbait that we've seen lately with some vloggers where they basically just lie in their thumbnail. Another form of clickbait that we see a lot with daily vloggers, and it works for the more popular ones, is doing something really open-ended like, I can't believe this just happened, or I can't believe she said that, I can't believe she did that, she left me, or something very open-ended. And that works for vloggers that already have a lot of subscribers. That'll help that'll make their subscribers click on it. But those open-ended kind of vague titles like that won't really help a vlogger trying to start out. A vlogger trying to start out needs to think about searchable content. And even though they're making a vlog, still somehow put something in there that is just more prone to come up in search, as opposed to just something vague. I can't believe this happened. That's not gonna, if you're a vlogger with 10 subscribers, that's not gonna come up in anybody's search results under I can't believe this just happened. No one's typing that, first off, and it's not gonna be suggestive videos under a Roman Atwood video. You gotta find something cool about something, like if you went to a certain place, so hiking in Mount Rainier or whatever, use Mount Rainier in the title and build your title around that. You got to find something, you got to have something searchable in your title and your tags that people could find. Or I've seen a lot of daily vloggers do it's a vlog, but they have a how-to type of thing in there, like how to surf or something, they'll talk about surfing or something in their vlog. And so people that are searching for, and trying to learn how to surf, it'll come up in their results. But, it was still a vlog. So I hope that makes sense. You don't want to be too vague when you're starting out. Things that work for really, really popular YouTubers might not work for you when you're starting out. You really, really got to go after that algorithm when you first start out and make yourself searchable. One last thing to talk about, and I already touched on this, but social media is just such a big deal in this day and age. Like I said, session starts is a huge thing on YouTube now. I would love to see this channel have, a stronger social media presence and get more followers, because if you are someone that can take people off of one platform onto the YouTube platform, that's a big thing for YouTube. So try your hardest to build up your social media. So I hope this helps out, guys. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I've read quite a bit on it. like the nerdy type stuff when it comes to the algorithm, I would suggest reading some of the articles that a guy named, how do you pronounce his last name? Matt Gielen, I think is how you pronounce his name. He's written some really interesting ones. If you search like reversing the YouTube algorithm or reverse engineering the YouTube algorithm in Google, you'll find a couple articles that he's written, and he kind of geeks out more in there and has pie charts about how they rate things, what's most important when it comes to different variables and whatnot. I could talk about this for another hour or two. I would definitely suggest doing more research. There's some good YouTube channels out there that talk about this. So I think that's about it, guys. Next videos up will be some vlogs. It'll be more fun and more lighthearted. That about wraps it up. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day, and I hope this helps somebody out.